This is a 1916 story. It's a 1916 story which includes bravery, bullets, barricades and boiled sweets. It's the story of Christine Caffrey of the Irish Citizen Army. Christine Caffrey was a member of the Irish Citizen Army from North Wall, East Wall in the Dublin Docklands. On the 24th of March 1916, James Connolly handed her a note which said, "Fighting and hoping." And indeed, a month later, they were doing exactly that. Easter week 1916, Christine was positioned here in the Stephen's Green garrison. On the second day of the rising, in the early hours of the morning, they came under heavy machine gun and rifle fire from the British Army and had to withdraw to the building behind me here, the Royal College of Surgeons, which was much better protected and much sturdier against overwhelming odds and superior firepower. Now, as they tried to make their way into the building, they were confronted by a hostile mob in this area behind me here, York Street. Christine pulled out a handgun and waved it around and forced the mob back, and they got entrance to the building. Now, all the women of the Citizen Army had been issued with revolvers that week, and they were under instructions from Connolly to use them if they had to. And of course, Christine obviously thought she had to. So, for the remainder of Easter week, Christine had a really dangerous job. She travelled between the College of Surgeons here, the GPO and other garrisons, carrying messages for James Connolly to the different units. This became increasingly dangerous as the week went on. As bullets were flying around, she had to traverse barricades, and of course British patrols were spreading across the city. And on one occasion she nearly came a cropper. She was stopped by a British soldier and she quickly stuck the communication she was carrying into her mouth. He said to her, "What are you doing there?" And she took out a bag of peppermint sweets and held it out to him. So, thinking she was guilty of nothing other than generosity, he sent her on her way and she continued her operation. Now, she continued this until the end of Easter week and a surrender and avoided capture. After the rising, she moved to Glasgow, where she joined Cumann and she met James Keeley, who she would eventually marry. Both of these ran a very successful smuggling operation between Scotland and Dublin Port, bringing in weapons and explosives. Both of them stayed part of the Republican movement throughout the War of Independence and took the Republican side in the Civil War. Christine was a member of a family steeped in the revolutionary tradition. Her sister Elizabeth was a member of the Irish Women Workers' Union, and other members of the family were involved. So, in the tradition of Irish republicanism, in the tradition of trade unionism and in militant workers' movement, it's great to talk about Christine here today.